Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you know, we are going to be starting a little bit later than anticipated tonight. The JV game is just a minute and a half into the fourth quarter, so we're going to be starting a little bit later as they play freshmen, JV, and varsity all on the same floor here at Aloha High School. But we are getting ready to go, so stay tuned. We'll try to keep you updated on how things are going with JV and when our approximate start time will be for tonight's broadcast. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be talking with you again here shortly. Again, folks, checking in to let you know we are waiting for the JV game to wrap up here tonight, and then we'll have your varsity game coming up. We have the freshman game run a little long. They all play on the main court here at Aloha High School, so the freshman game went long. The JV game starts late, and that means varsity will start a little bit later as well. Still have about 4 minutes to go in the JV game. Right now it's Roseburg JV leading 58-47. So we'll keep you posted on that, but we'll be starting a little bit later for our broadcast here tonight. Checking in with again, folks. We've got the video stream up and running and just waiting for the JV game to wrap up here. Right now, 64-51, Roseburg in front of Aloha on the JV game. And things are just about to start wrapping up here. About a minute and 23, not about, a minute 23 left to go in this JV game. Running a little late behind with the varsity game, or excuse me, the freshman game earlier, running a little long. And now the JV game going, and then we'll get to the varsity game coming up here. We'll probably be getting up and running. I'm going to venture a guess somewhere around 7:10, 7:15, somewhere in that range is when we'll probably tip off. We will get the pregame show getting started probably in about 10 minutes from now. Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Aloha High School in Beaverton, Oregon, as tonight we get ready to bring you Roseburg Indian boys basketball here on The Score. Roseburg taking on the Aloha Warriors to wrap up non-league play here this evening, and we are hoping for an entertaining matchup on the road here tonight. We made the long trek up here north to Aloha High School as Roseburg will look to win its 7th consecutive game and improve on a 9-2 overall record. On the other side, Aloha looking to end a 3-game losing skid. They are 1-9 so far this season. We'll see how things play out here tonight. We do get a little bit of a later start, but that meant we got all of the Portland Trailblazers basketball game and the post-game show in for you, so that's at least something that was a good thing here tonight. Just does mean we'll get home a little bit later than anticipated here this evening. We got about 20 minutes to go for tip-off here tonight, so stay with us for a bit of an extended pregame show, and we are happy to have you with us here on this Friday night. The JV team did win 69-58 on top of Aloha, so they've got one win so far tonight for the Roseburg boys. The freshman team played earlier here on the same court. All three levels playing on the main court here at Aloha High School. So the freshman game went a little long. It was a close game that took a little longer to finish up, and that pushed us back on our start time just a little bit. The Roseburg freshman team losing earlier today 67-66. It was a buzzer beater for Aloha to win in that matchup. So because of all that, we get a little bit of a later start here tonight, but no worry. We are excited to bring you tonight's contest. Live video stream going on right now at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube, and you can find access to our broadcast there. It is streaming live, and you can find archive broadcasts on our YouTube channel as well, and follow that for future broadcasts. You can check out 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and follow Roseburg High Sports all throughout this school year. So looking forward to bringing you tonight's ball game between Roseburg and Aloha. Coming up here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys. Find out a little bit more about Tuesday's win over the Thurston Colts, where Roseburg was able to come back for a 59-47 victory on top of Thurston. It was a mix between a first half that was very close. Roseburg didn't hit a lot of shots, struggled to get some shots to drop, and then a second half where Roseburg started to see some shots drop, started to get the defense going, and they were able to pull away for a double-digit victory, 59-47. Sixth win of the season, or sixth win in a row for Roseburg as they improved to 9-2. On the other side, Aloha hasn't played since last Friday. They've had a week off, and that was a 83-48 loss against Sprague in the McMinnville Winter Classic. We'll talk more about how the season's gone for these two teams and what they've done, as well as what they've got coming up in the future as we get ready for tonight's matchup. It's the pregame show. Coming up, we get a chance to hear from head coach Jordan Humphreys as we count down to tip-off here tonight, about 17 minutes away, so stay tuned as we bring you Roseburg boys basketball. After a 2-minute timeout, we hear from Coach Jordan Humphreys here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you can be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at good vibrations. Top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
We're back with more of our pregame here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, as we get ready for Roseburg basketball, also streaming live online at 541radio.com. As we get ready for tip-off, joining us here in the pregame is head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, you guys wrap up non-league play here, but the last one for you on Tuesday was a nice win at Thurston. I thought you guys must have made some nice halftime adjustments. The first half, obviously, a close one. Second half, you guys come out and some shots start to fall, some things start to go your way, and you guys pull out by a comfortable lead and able to pull away for a win. Was it halftime adjustments? Was it buying in? What changed first to second half for you at Thurston on Tuesday?
Definitely we made some halftime adjustments. They played well in the first half. They defended us well. We missed quite a few shots that we usually make, and that's part of how the game goes when you're taking a lot of three-pointers. Plus, it was our fifth game in 7 days, and so guys might have been a little bit tired. But we made the adjustments that we talked about at halftime. We came out, drew up a play for Hunter to start the second half. He buried it, and we got right into an adjusted defensive trap and got a steal and a bucket right away. And then that momentum just kind of re-energized us. And once our guys get energy going on the defensive end, then we get rolling pretty well, and they feed off of each other. So it was good to see that energy ignite us in the second half.
Being able to make adjustments like that at halftime and see it come through, this is a group that's been with you for a while. They're an experienced group that's had time at varsity. Is that kind of a sign of an experienced group that can make adjustments at halftime, actually execute them in the second half, and be able to, kind of turn around a game that had been a close one?
Definitely, and even bigger than that, moving back to the Mountain View game, being able to draw up plays in a huddle and then go out and execute it. We did that probably 3 or 4 times in that game, and we were able to execute it. And then so when we have a little bit more time at halftime to talk about it and they can ask questions, then it's makes it much easier and gives them confidence in close situations, and gives me confidence in them, whether it's halftime or coming out of timeouts or quarter break, to be able to draw some stuff up, and they have the basketball knowledge and IQ to be able to go out and do those things.
Got to make you feel pretty good as a coach to see your team at that level of kind of execution then.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a testament to the time that they've put in, not just in the gym playing basketball, but watching film and asking questions and doing all the little things besides just shooting the basketball, besides just being conditioned and going to CrossFit and all those other things. The fact that the mental aspect of the game has grown a ton for them as well.
You guys take on Aloha tonight. Long road trip for you guys up here, but you guys have been road warriors, and we've talked about how that's kind of a testament for you guys to be able to test yourselves to be on the road, but also kind of help out in the long run with your RPI. You feel like the guys are good with playing on the road like this?
Today I feel like we play better on the road than we do at home, so we might want to travel better with our fans, and they might enjoy watching us play better. But anytime you drive 3 hours on a bus on a school day and then have to sit through 2 games of 4 years, you never know what you're going to get. Guys' legs aren't quite in it. They've been jammed in a bus and eating weird food and sitting in the gym, so definitely never an easy road to get one on the road.
Yeah. You guys are going to have to do that against South Medford coming up to start out conference play next week. And, before we ask about Aloha here, just kind of as conference play is looming, how have you felt about what you've seen around the rest of the conference and their non-conference games?
I haven't seen a whole lot. I've been just kind of watching scores and seeing how they've been doing, and mostly just focusing, like we talk about with the guys, on being 1-0 every day. Yeah, I've paid attention and seen a little bit of film. We've gathered some film and some scouts, but I haven't put much into it because we're still working on that focus of getting better every day, and we'll start working on them tonight after this game gets over.
There you go. Well, tonight's opponent is Aloha. What do you feel like are kind of keys for you guys here tonight as you're on the road, and what do you hope to accomplish and to make it a happy bus ride back home?
Well, hopefully we start out better than we did at Thurston, and able to get a better start, shoot the ball a little bit better in the first half, and then just some execution. We got to clean some stuff up. We finally got a few practices in between games that we haven't had in the last week and a half, and got to clean some stuff up with our defense, which was very needed, and then still clean some stuff up on offense and talk about some stuff. But mostly the defensive end we want to clean up tonight. We want to be able to switch some things up and get ourselves ready for league play that maybe some opponents haven't seen yet.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
Thank you very much.
That is head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here on the pregame show as we get ready for tonight's tip-off. Coming up in about 9.5 minutes from now is when we will get to our final break of the pregame show and get a chance to break for the national anthem and then get you your starting lineups here for tonight's matchup. Roseburg coming in at 9-2 on the season. I meant to look this up and forgot about it, so I don't have the information in front of me, but it's obviously one of the better starts that Roseburg has had in the last handful of years, one of the better starts to a season that I've been able to call here on the radio. So I've been back here calling the games for, I think, 9 years or so, something like that, and this is definitely one of the better starts to a season that we have had for Roseburg basketball. Fourth year for head coach Jordan Humphreys, who has got this team right now. Roseburg shooting 41% from the field, 30% from behind the arc. They like to take the three-point shot. 61% from the free throw line, still a spot that they'd like to improve on. And Roseburg averaging 38 rebounds in a game. As for scoring, they're averaging 70.4 points per game, giving up 57.6. Roseburg has a high of 80 points this season, and they've given up a high of 73. Meanwhile, their season low is 57, and their low given up is 47, which they've done a couple of times. Roseburg coming off of a couple of games where they scored 59 points against some tougher defenses, looking to try and get out and get running here tonight against an Aloha team that is 1-9 on the season. They have lost 3 straight games. They're 1-4 over their last 5. Aloha comes in averaging 35 points a game and giving up 68.3. The Warriors have scored a high of 55 and had a season low of 17. Their opponent scoring, they've given up a high of 85 and a low of 50. They're coming off of an 83-48 loss against Sprague at the McMinnville Winter Classic. That was 1 week ago in that tournament. The Warriors not able to pick up a victory. This team is fairly young, though. They are going to be starting a freshman, let's see here, 2 sophomores, a senior, and a junior. And they've got a number of sophomores on the roster. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sophomores, 1 freshman, and a junior, and they've only got 1, 2, 3 seniors listed on the OSAA website for their roster. So a fairly young team. They graduated 8 seniors from last year, and when they went 8-15, but went winless in the Metro League, finished last and did not qualify for the state playoffs. So we'll see what Aloha is able to put together for us here tonight as we get ready for tonight's contest tipping off in just about 6.5 minutes. Roseburg coming off of their 59-47 win over Thurston. First half, as mentioned earlier, was a close one. Neither team leading by more than 3 points. Talked with head coach Jordan Humphreys just moments ago about how the team made halftime adjustments, and they were able to then turn things around in the second half. Roseburg built a double-digit lead by outscoring Thurston 19-6 in the third quarter. They held on the rest of the way with that double-digit lead. Thurston might have got it down to like 9 points at one point, but for the most part, it stayed in double figures for Roseburg. Roseburg's playing only its 3rd game against a 6A team from the state of Oregon. They had 1 game against a team out of Washington, then 3 games against teams in the 6A classification. So that's a total of 4 games in what will be game number 12. So So that means 8 games against 5A classification teams this season for Roseburg in the preseason. But they've played some quality 5A teams that probably could hang very well with 6A teams. Dropping just 1 classification in the state of Oregon in basketball, you don't see as much of a change as you might see in other sports. Basketball being a 5-man sport, if you've got an all-star out there on the floor, 5A, 4A, I mean, you could see teams at a lower classification be able to beat teams at a higher classification. It happens all the time, and it's obviously not a huge difference to go down a level. So for Roseburg, playing a lot of 5A schools, still have been tested pretty well here throughout the preseason. Roseburg against Aloha. They've actually played quite a few times over the last number of years. In fact, Roseburg has played Aloha each season since the 2017-2018 season, except for the 1 year, the COVID season, 2020-2021, when Roseburg played a strictly Southern Oregon schedule. RHS in 4 seasons, 4 meetings against Aloha. They are 1-3. Aloha's kind of actually had Roseburg's number throughout the years, including last year when Roseburg lost 58-53 at home against Aloha. RHS led by 5 in the third quarter, but it went down in the fourth quarter, 45-36. RHS rallied to outscore Aloha 17-13 in that fourth quarter, but they fell short of the comeback. Last year, I think if you would have looked at it and before that game tipped off on paper, you would have thought Roseburg would have been a team favored in that matchup. But Aloha made the long trip down to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium and was able to steal away the victory on Roseburg's home court. So Roseburg will look to try and get a little bit of revenge for that loss last year with a win here on Aloha's home court tonight. Roseburg did come up to Aloha a couple of years ago. I wasn't here for that matchup. Kenny Sherman reminiscing with me about how he filled in for me on that one. And then it was the 2017 season, 2017-2018, under former head coach Mike Parton. I remember coming up here and covering a game, and that was a scrappy one, so we'll see how things go here tonight between these two teams, and hopefully we'll get a clean one as these two teams square off tonight. Getting ready to go, 3:10 before we get ready for tip-off. As we count down to this one, these two teams do have a number of common opponents from the season so far. Both teams have played McNary and Sprague. Aloha has played McNary twice already this year. They lost to McNary 75-32 and 67-35. Roseburg beat McNary 75-62 this season. And then Aloha lost to Sprague 83-48. Roseburg beat Sprague 73-61. Some of your common opponents for these two teams here this year. It's the final non-league game for both schools. Coming up next for Aloha will be Southridge. That'll be next Wednesday as they will begin Metro League play. For Roseburg, their next game will be on Tuesday next week when they begin Southwest Conference play. They'll be on the road against South Medford to take on the Panthers. Talked with Coach Humphreys about the Southwest Conference and his thoughts on how the league has been looking, saying he hasn't really paid too close attention to all of it as of yet. I'm sure he's maybe being a bit modest there. I imagine he's probably seen a little bit more than what he might be leading on, but definitely expect that he's probably more focused on the game that night than he is on what's to come in the Southwest Conference. But looking at it, Roseburg's been one of the best teams in non-league play in the Southwest Conference at 9 wins. Grants Pass is right there with them. South Medford will definitely be one of the tough tests to start things off in conference play next week. All right, that's about going to do it for our pregame show here tonight. When we come back, it'll be time to announce our starting lineups for this evening's matchup. So stay with us, folks. We've had the extended pregame show, and it's just about time to get things underway for us here tonight. It's Roseburg at 9-2 on the season, looking for win number 7, taking on Aloha at 1-9. We'll see how things go as we get things tipped off here in just a few moments from Aloha High School in Beaverton, Oregon. This is Roseburg boys basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome you back here as they announce the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Let's go ahead and take a look at them as well. We start off with the visiting team, your Roseburg Indians, led by head coach Jordan Humphreys in his fourth year. It'll be Micah Mendoza, the second-team All-Southwest Conference selection, averaging 16.8 points per game, along with senior guard Carter Stedman, averaging 4.2. A senior listed at 6'2", a guard Jace Wilder, averaging 6.9. Boston Williams, an honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection last year, a senior guard at 5'11", averaging 9.4 points per game. And then Hunter Fullerton will round out your starting five, the senior guard at 6 feet tall, averaging 11.0 on his points. Sorry, didn't get the graphic up there for you. Let's go to the other side where the Aloha Warriors will get announced, led by head coach Daniel Blanks in his first year leading the program. And in Augustus is a freshman at 6 feet tall, a guard. He'll be joined by a sophomore at 6 feet 1 tall, a guard, Kobe Predmore. Another sophomore at 5'11", a forward, Jenner Mitchum. And then you've got a senior forward at 6'1", it's Kyle Knopf. And rounding things out is a junior, 6'4", a senior, Zarek Francisco is your starting lineup for the Warriors. Getting ready to go here tonight. Tip-off just about underway as we sit basically courtside right behind the scorer's table, getting ready to go. Want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio. And a thanks to Donovan helping out run the camera here to start things from the freshman team. They suffered a tough one here tonight, losing at the buzzer 67-66. JV won 69-58, and the varsity game just about to get underway. Micah Mendoza will tip against Zarek Francisco. Mendoza at 6'3", Francisco 6'4". Mendoza definitely has some pretty good hops out there. We'll see how this goes. He has won the tips against some pretty good and big players out there at midcourt. Just about to get underway here. Got a wobbly table, so if you're watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score, for those of you watching there, we appreciate you tuning in. The game clock might move around a little bit. This table's a little wobbly, and that's where the camera is set up. Making a final announcement here before we get going. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on The Score.
Your officials tonight are Logan Davis, Grant Greenhall, and Gunnar Browning.
Roseburg will be in the road the road blacks, and in the home whites is Aloha. We get ready to go. The opening tip is in the air. It's won by Mendoza. And Carter Stedman will bring it out of the backcourt to the front court. Moving left to right on your radio dial. Pass to the left wing. Mendoza back out to the top. Stedman will call out the offensive plays. He cradles the basketball out near midcourt. He'll angle right with a right-hand dribble. Hands it off to Williams. Pass away at the free throw line to Fullerton. Into the corner. Wilder back out to Stedman. Had an open look at a three, didn't take it. Fullerton at the top gets it. Now Stedman calls for some help as he is on the right wing. Gets it to Wilder in the corner. Wilder steps around the defense into the corner. Mendoza a three, and he's got it to start out this ball game. Micah Mendoza with the opening points for Roseburg. It's 3-0. They'll pressure in the backcourt. Augustus between the leg dribble will walk it across the timeline. Fires away to the far side to Predmore. Tries to get it to the big man Francisco. He gets trapped in the corner. Wilder had his two hands on it. No jump ball called. Francisco goes up, got his own rebound. No, and now the rebound tipped around. It's Fullerton that comes away with it. They'll press up the floor. Gets it to Mendoza in the middle. He gets hit as he goes up. Took body contact from Francisco. And then a second man there swatting at the arms. I think it'll be the call on the second. It is against Jenner Mitchum, who will get whistled for the foul and send Micah Mendoza to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Mendoza shooting 73% at the line, hits the first to make it 4-0. Tonight's ball game, sponsored by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Second free throw is good. 5-0, all for Micah Mendoza so far for Roseburg. Pressure in the backcourt. Predmore, double team comes, passes it away, taken away by Fullerton. He puts it up, and a wild shot falls through for Hunter Fullerton as he gets the steal and the finish. Roseburg will press in the backcourt again, racing up the far sideline. Predmore, crossover to the left hand, into the middle, fakes the pass to the corner, no good, gets his own rebound, putback shot is good. Kobe Predmore gets Aloha on the board. 7-2, quickly up the floor in the right corner. Pass out to the top, head fake by Wilder. Back to Fullerton, right corner three. Nothing but nylon for Hunter. And it's Hunter Fullerton and Micah Mendoza doing the damage so far, each with 5 as Roseburg leads 10-2. 8-point lead, largest of the game. A pass in the backcourt, goes to no one in particular. Looking for help was Aiden Augustus, the freshman trying to get it to Predmore, but Predmore was cutting up floor. The pass went behind him, out of bounds. Roseburg basketball. Mendoza gets it on the near side. Back to Stedman, out between the circles. Calls out the play. As he cradles the basketball, they go to the right corner to Fullerton, back out to the top. Revert to the left side. Fullerton cutting baseline, gets it in the corner. Back to Mendoza with the no-look pass. The three, just a bit long. Rebound out to Fullerton. He got it, and Roseburg gets a second look. Out to Wilder, straightaway three. Off the left iron, no good. Underneath, fighting for the rebound, Kyle Knopf. Down with it are the Warriors. They'll push up the floor. Right side, big jump stop in the middle. The finish for the sophomore Predmore. He's got 4, 10-4, 5:36 to go, opening quarter. Stedman with it, out to Williams, head fake. He'll drive in the lane, kicks out to Wilder for a three. That's off the back iron, no good. No whistle underneath as Stedman gets the rebound. Out to Fullerton for the three. That's short. Down with the rebound is Mendoza. Mendoza gets trapped underneath and finally draws a whistle. Stedman had a player all over his back as he got that rebound. I was surprised no whistle there. But Roseburg was able to fight for the rebound, got it to Mendoza in the middle. He got the defender in the air. Called for the foul is Zarek Francisco. Second foul here in the first quarter for the Warriors. To the line again goes Mendoza. He hits the first. Roseburg basketball on the score is brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Second free throw for Mendoza, the lefty. Little long, and they're going to call a lane violation on Mendoza as he steps over the line before the shot hits the rim. 11-4 your ball game here in the backcourt. Trapped in the corner, tried to throw it off of Roseburg. Predmore does get the ball last touch by Boston Williams. Williams was blanketing him, trapped in the corner. Boston almost picked it off as he saw the attempt to throw it off him coming, but couldn't quite keep it in bounds. And stepping on the sideline on the inbound pass, Kobe Predmore will turn it back over to Roseburg as they had 3 players man-to-man in the backcourt, applying plenty of defense. 5:12 to go here in the opening period. Checking in for Aloha is Mohamed Moya. He'll come in for Jenner Mitchum. Moya, senior, 5'11". Zone defense here from Aloha. Lob across the floor to Williams, into the corner, left side. Back out to Stedman. Into the corner, Williams launches a three. It's long underneath. Mendoza skies for the rebound, had his shot blocked, gets it back. He'll go up, and he gets the bucket from right underneath. Micah Mendoza makes it 13-4 and forces a timeout taken by Aloha. It's a 9-point ball game. Roseburg in front. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
First quarter action, 13-4. Roseburg boys in front of Aloha. Back in Roseburg at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the Roseburg girls are leading 14-9 over Aloha at the end of the first quarter. Out of an Aloha timeout here, the Warriors with the basketball, full length of the floor to go. Roseburg will pressure in the backcourt. Predmore, trap, double team. Now another double team, that one on Augustus. Back to Predmore, will split the defense. They get it up the floor, lob into the near corner. Back out to the top, Augustus. Working against Stedman, he'll launch a three. The lefty off the iron, no good. Mendoza skying for the rebound. He's got 4 in the first half. Back to Mendoza, right wing, out to the top. Fullerton, straightaway three from deep, just front iron, just grazed it. Didn't quite have enough behind that one. Back to Aloha. Have to miss. Aloha with very little pressure defensively in the backcourt by Roseburg. Augustus dribbles left side, looked for a screen, didn't really get it. Francisco will take it from the top, pass away right at the wing. Predmore, between the leg dribble, behind the back dribble, goes to the right side, jump stop, forces up a shot and gets it to fall. He's got all 6 points for Aloha. That's Kobe Predmore. Roseburg quickly up the floor. Williams will send it back to the top where Stedman backs it out to the center circle. Williams gets it right side. They pass into the middle to Mendoza. Back out to Stedman. He'll drive right side. Draws the defense. Head fake by Williams. Didn't get the clean look he wants, but he finds a wide open Fullerton. And Hunter will make him pay. Wide open at the top. Another 3-ball for Hunter Fullerton. It's a 10-point lead, 16-6. Long pass up the floor. Nearly taken by Wilder. Got it to Moya. He drove in, lost the basketball, and Roseburg comes away with the takeaway. Driving to the rim, Boston Williams will draw contact, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2. On the other side, Mohamed Moya went right into the chest of Carter Stedman and just kind of lost the handle on it. The ball floated up, and Roseburg was able to get the takeaway. The foul called here against Kobe Predmore, his first. That's a guy that Aloha doesn't, I imagine, will not want in foul trouble. First shot for Boston Williams will fall through. Williams, 73% at the line this season. Makes it an 11-point game as Hunter Fullerton and Jace Wilder will check out of the game. Keegan Cleary comes in, and so does Mark Oha. Williams' second free throw, knocks it down, and sub will come in. Owen Bentia checks in for Boston Williams. 18-6, 12-point ball game. Roseburg in front. Moya will inbound. Pressure still in the backcourt by Roseburg. Pass up the floor, taken away by Mendoza. He'll go around the defender, through the middle of the lane. His shot falls off the iron. Bentia with the rebound, goes back up and draws the foul. Offensive board for Owen Bentia as he comes into the game. The sophomore, 5'11" guard. Got hit as he went back up with it. And that'll send Bentia to the line where he is shooting 58% on the season. Tonight's game brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. First shot for Bentia. Swishes through. I don't know why. I think it's the Blazers game, and you tune in, and when somebody hits a free throw, they have the ka-ting video game noise when you like get an extra point or something. Just always expect that after a free throw now for some reason. Bentia hits them both. 20-6 the score. 14-point ball game. Roseburg still pressing. In the backcourt, Knopf with it. Gets it to Predmore, working one-on-one against Oha. As he got close to midcourt, fires it across to Francisco, who throws in just a pass to the middle, desperate there. Stays with Aloha to the left side. Knopf at three. That's off the mark. Rebound. Offensive board for Augustus. His shot no good. Moya with a board underneath. Now Bentia finally gets it. 3 chances for Aloha. They can't get it. Up the floor quickly for Roseburg from underneath the basket as he was falling across the baseline. Left-handed shot from Mendoza doesn't fall. Roseburg chasing around in the backcourt defensively. Pass up the floor, tipped, will make it to Moya, then a whistle. Going to be called against Keegan Cleary. Some scrappy basketball being played as Aloha trying to manage the defense from Roseburg is tossing the basketball all over the place. 20-6 your score. Roseburg in front. Asher Friedenberg and Trey Finlayson will check into the ball game. Roseburg with second string guys out there. Into the backcourt for Augustus. Across the timeline. Friedenberg marking. On the right side, Francisco. Pass to the middle. Moya with it from the free throw line to the right block. Went right into Owen Bentia. He'll put up a shot, gets it to fall, and will head to the free throw line as Moya is the first player other than Kobe Predmore to score tonight for Aloha, excuse me. At Ashland a couple days ago. I abbreviated them as Ashland High School, AHS. Aloha is the same. Predmore will head to the bench for a breather. Jenner Mitchum will check back in. I was watching a little bit of film on this Aloha team. Kyle Knopf is a guy that you want to watch. He's got a decent touch from beyond the perimeter, so we'll see if he gets his presence known here soon for Aloha. Free throw didn't fall for Moya. Roseburg gets the rebound. Finlayson with it in the corner. Bounce out to Oha for a three. That one just off the left iron. Knopf down with the rebound. On the miss, not a lot of pressure in the backcourt for Roseburg. Friedenberg back there to check Augustus. Out to help out. Francisco will help at the top. Pass away. Mitchum, left side of the key, out beyond the perimeter to Moya. Back to Knopf on the left side. He'll launch the three if he gets some space. He's marked closely by Finlayson. Back right and left. A fadeaway jumper. No good. Blocked by Finlayson. Comes down to Cleary. Up the floor on the fast break. Owen Bentia finishes from the right side. Roseburg makes it 22-8. 14-point ball game again. That's their largest lead of the night. Moya nearly loses it on the far sideline. Tried to pass it back. It's taken away by Roseburg. Oha with a contested lay-in, no good. Roseburg again almost steals it. Friedenberg did get his hands on it, but as he went to the floor to get the steal, he touches the baseline and gives it back to Aloha. 57 points, 5 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's 22-8, Roseburg in front. Sub coming back in is Kobe Predmore. It'll be Kyle Knopf that'll get a chance to take a rest on the bench. Inbound, Mitchum gets it into Augustus, working on the near sideline. Races towards midcourt, stops just short, now walks it across the timeline. Screen from Francisco helps. They go on the pick and roll, and Francisco will bank it off the glass and rattle it home. 22-10. Friedenberg cuts through the middle, out to Finlayson, into the corner. Bentia a three, off the front iron, no. Cleary down with the rebound. Out to the top for Oha. That one halfway down, spits back out. Rebound tip to Friedenberg. He gets the bucket and a foul. A rebound got tipped. Nobody could pull it in. It ended up right in the hands of Friedenberg, who tosses it back up at the rim and gets it to fall. In the act of it, he does draw the whistle. That goes against Muhammad Moya, his first. Coming into the game, Colton Calkins. Also going to check in is Sakari Jones, a sophomore. Francisco was the one that checked out for Calkins. For the free throw for Friedenberg, he gets the and one.
Also in for the Warriors, number 10, Sakari Jones.
Makes it 20. They got a 24. I think it's 23. Well, they still got 24 on the scoreboard here, so I'm going to leave it with them. In the backcourt, Jones tosses it up the floor to Moya. He'll go right side attack, gets it to the baseline, and draws a whistle.
Entering the game for the Warriors, number 25, Kyle
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Actually, I got 25. So that's what it should. We didn't have the and one. It's a shot from the right side.
Back out.
Knocked around. Rebound will end up in the hands of Asher Friedenberg after the miss by Aloha. Up to Bentia. Launches a three before the buzzer. No, but there for the weak side offensive board is Trey Finlayson. He gets it off the glass to lay it in for two. And I've got it at 27-10 at the end of the first quarter. Roseburg in front of Aloha. We'll take a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here at Aloha High School, our score for the second quarter, 27-10 is what I have. I do see some erasing happening in the scorebook down in front of me. Friedenberg had that too. Always an adventure, that's for sure. Second quarter action, though. Here we go. Roseburg is up big.
Want the ball? All you guys gotta want the ball. Want the basketball for Kyle. You gotta want the ball.
Inbound into the backcourt. Aloha will start with the basketball. Again, moving right to left on your radio dial. Aloha wearing the white home jerseys. A pass into the corner intended for Knopf, get tipped out of bounds. They'll stay with the Warriors. Inbounding will be Predmore. It still says 26 on the scoreboard. I could have swore 27. Inbound into the backcourt. Aloha will have it, work it to the right side of the floor. Back out to the top for Augustus. Augustus trapped out near midcourt. Pass tipped away by Bentia. He'll get it. Racing up the floor. Gets an open look at a right wing three. And he will make it count. First points of the second quarter for Roseburg. 30-10 is what I've got. Pass in the backcourt, tipped out of bounds, stays with Aloha. Going to stick with what I have until I can check with everybody at halftime. Inbound for Aloha, splitting the defense, Predmore. He'll drive right in, got tied up, goes up with a shot, no, but got his own rebound. Tip to him, he'll put up an awkward over-the-shoulder right-handed shot. Predmore, 30-12 is what he makes it. Oha out at the top, looks left side, no. Pass into the middle to Cleary, back out. Back out to the top to Oha, right side for Finlayson. Right corner three by Bentia, off the mark. Rebound comes down to the Warriors. It's Predmore that rips it out of the air. Fires up the floor, finds a man out in front of the defense, and that is Jenner Mitchum, who lays it in for two. Makes it a 16-point game. And then a steal in the backcourt by Aloha. It was Augustus able to take it away in the backcourt, and he forces a foul by Roseburg.
Hey, four.
call the foul against Mark Oha.
Entering the game for Roseburg. Number 20.
Starters will come back in for Roseburg. 7:03 to go in the second quarter. Hunter Fullerton, Jace Wilder back into the game. So is Boston Williams. Knopf drives baseline. The runner too strong. Rebound tip goes into the hands of Jace Wilder. And up the floor, a blocking foul. Trying to get in front was Andon Augustus. He'll get whistled for the blocking foul. That'll be the 16th foul against Aloha. It'll be an inbound from here in front of us at the scorer's table. Fullerton will get it out between the circles. Bentia looks in the middle, gets it to Finlayson. I don't think that was the intended target, but Finlayson found himself there. Scramble for it on the ground as the ball was loose. It gets thrown to Aloha, trying to go around the defender. Predmore could not get it to fall. He threw up a wild shot. Fullerton will get the rebound. They press it up the floor, but a pass goes by Boston Williams. Fullerton with that takeaway, or with the rebound and the pushing it up the floor, couldn't quite get it into the hands of Boston Williams. And on the inbound, Mitchum will turn it over as he stepped across the baseline. 30-14 your score with 6:37 to go. Inbound on the baseline for Roseburg. Bentia gets it out to Fullerton at the top. Lobs it to the near corner in the right side. That's Williams. They work it around now to the left side, into the middle of the Finlayson against that zone defense. Head fake for Fullerton, no look, finds Wilder. He gets hit as he puts it off the glass for two, and will head to the line for the three-point opportunity. (32-14), looking to make it a three-point play here. And Wilder will do so. Roseburg continues to press in the backcourt, leading by almost 20. Right now, I've got it down at 19. Mid-range jumper falls. A teardrop shot there for Predmore. He's got 10 in the first half. Ball loose on the baseline, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Roseburg. Jace Wilder will stay. Nope, he won't inbound it. It'll be Boston Williams. Carter Stedman, Micah Mendoza back into the game, starting five on the floor for the Tribe. Stedman will inbound it from the baseline. Looks for Fullerton out at the top. Had it poked away from him. Loose ball goes right to Predmore. He'll bring it up the floor. Didn't have the numbers, so he waits, attacks. Had his shot blocked by Mendoza. Micah will weave through traffic. One-hand pass to Stedman. Back out to Mendoza. Has a wide open look for three. And you can't leave him that wide open. He drains another one. 36-16, back to a 20-point ball game. 5:40 to go and counting here in the first half. Predmore in the backcourt. Picks up the dribble. Will get it across the timeline to Augustus. Into the corner for Knopf, who launches a three. Front iron, no good. The rebound by Francisco. Offensive foul. Underneath, they call Francisco for a push-off on the rebound. So Francisco will pick up a foul, I believe his second. That's what the scoreboard will have as well. And we're into the bonus here for Roseburg. Into the penalty is Aloha at 18 fouls. Roseburg sitting at 5. 5:28 to go in the first half. 1-1 for Stedman, and Carter hits the first. He has struggled at the line, but he gets a roar of applause from the bench. Tonight's game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Second free throw, though, no good for Stedman. Rebound tipped around. Mendoza will track it down in the right corner. Timeout called by Roseburg. With 5:22 to go in the first half, it's Roseburg 37, Aloha 16. We'll come back after a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Aloha High School, where Roseburg leads it 37-16 against the Warriors. Joey Kieran here with you as we make our way towards halftime. We will have a look at your first half statistics when we break for halftime, so stick around for that. Roseburg basketball here on the Score, brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout. 5:20 and counting. Stedman with it out at the top. Starters on the floor for Roseburg. Stedman out to Fullerton. He gets a look at a three from the right wing. That's just off the mark. Wilder with the rebound. Pass back out to the top. Head fake, Williams. Back out to Fullerton. Right side, Stedman. Drives in the middle. Makes the pass to Wilder. It's picked off and tipped into the hands of Knopf. Turnover by Roseburg. Up the floor comes Aloha on the left side. One-handed pass in the middle. Almost looked like a beauty, but there just in time to steal it away was Williams. He'll bring it up the floor on the right side. Fullerton drives in. The runner too far off the mark. Tried to hit it off the box on the backboard, and a bit too strong there. Bringing the ball up the floor. Knocked away from Augustus, and a 10-second count. No, they call a timeout. Timeout before the 10-second count in the backcourt. Timeout taken by Aloha. Let's use another 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
.428 to go in the first half of our ball game. Roseburg leading it 37-16. Been a little bit quiet on the offensive side for both teams. Turnover on the after the timeout by Aloha. Roseburg gets it, and one-on-one from 2 feet in front of the bucket. Boston Williams will get his first field goal of the night. Roseburg pressing again. Now they'll go to one-on-one in the backcourt. Stedman and Augustus. He gets into the front court. 39-16. Largest lead of the ball game for Roseburg. Pass left side. Knopf, an open look at a corner three. Mentioned earlier, he can hit it. We've seen it on tape, and he does there. Drops one through. Back to a 20-point ball game. Fullerton trying to drive baseline. Gets hacked by Knopf. And that's going to send Hunter Fullerton to the free throw line as Roseburg is in the bonus. Hunter Fullerton averaging 11.3 points per game. I think I said earlier 11.0. He is shooting 46% from the free throw line, though. He will hit the first. Haven't seen him at the line. Just doesn't feel like we've seen him at the line all that often. Had a season-high 19 points in his last game in the win over Thurston. And I've got him down for 9 points. Make it 10 as he hits both free throws here in the first half of tonight's ball game. 41-19. In the backcourt, Augustus picks it up. Baseball pass up the floor to Moya. Right side, he'll try to drive against Mendoza. Gets baseline, jump stop, and he is called for a travel. Had the big extra hop on that one around the defender. Whistled for the travel. Stedman brings it up. Has it nearly poked away by Augustus. Tracks it back down. Will dribble left side. Gets it to Williams for a three. At the wing. Boston Williams on the left side. Drains one. He's got 5 in the period. And now the ball tipped away by Roseburg in the backcourt. Almost a steal for Boston on the defensive side. Inbound in the backcourt, just off the mark. Last touch by Augustus as he tried to flail to get to that basketball, just out of his reach. Turned over by Aloha, back to Roseburg. Roseburg will have to inbound from their own baseline here. Stedman will do the honors. Slaps the basketball, looks for someone open. Boston Williams to Fullerton, who hands it off to Mendoza. 3:19 to go in the opening half of tonight's ball game. Fullerton gets free out at the top. He'll bury another three. It's his third of the ball game. Fullerton makes it a 28-point ball game. In the backcourt, timeout taken by Aloha as they were trapped on the far sideline. Burning another one. Third timeout of the ball game for Aloha. And our score, 47-19 with 3:02 to go here in the first half. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. And make sure that you have an agent in your corner in these complicated travel times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. Keep hearing these commercials with Dan Bain talking about a trip to Jamaica, and let me tell you, that sounds pretty appealing right now. I think any time of the year it probably sounds pretty appealing. It'll be Aloha basketball out of the timeout after the made three by Hunter Fullerton. Roseburg with 7 made threes in the first half of this ball game. Augustus, bounce pass away to Francisco, nearly taken away by Fullerton. He'll race to get back on defense. Moya, left wing, double team, harassed on both sides as he was sandwiched by the Roseburg defenders. Out at the top, Augustus, double team, has the ball taken away by Fullerton. He will soar to the rim and lays it in for two. Now out to a 30-point ball game here. And Roseburg looking for massive substitutions coming. As a kickball called, it'll stay with Aloha. Dead ball, Roseburg will have Finlayson, Cleary, Bentia, Oha, and Friedenberg all check into the game. A wholesale hockey change. Pass into the backcourt for the Warriors, trailing 49-19. Friedenberg almost with the steal. Into the front court comes Augustus, gets trapped on the sideline. Hook pass out to the top. That is Francisco. Got it to Moya. He tossed it to the far side to Predmore. He's been the leading scorer for Aloha. Pass it away into the corner. Francisco marked by Friedenberg. Out to the top. Knopf, a deep three. That one spits back out. Rebound down to Bentia. Up the floor. In the left corner, Cleary gets free for a three. His shot off the mark underneath. Foul called against Roseburg. Be the 6th-team foul against the Tribe. Call that against Friedenberg, his first. Mitchum will check back in for Aloha. To the bench goes Francisco. 1:48 to play here in the first half. Aloha's Andon Augustus, a freshman, will walk it up to the midcourt stripe. Behind the back dribble as he wants to cross the timeline, makes the pass to Knopf. He'll drive in from the left side with the right hand, gets it to 360 spin and fall. Knopf with the bucket, and in the backcourt, a turnover by Roseburg. Roseburg will give it back. 49-21 with a minute and a half to play here in the opening half. Inbound goes to Knopf on the left side. He'll drive baseline. The floater hits the back iron, doesn't fall, but Kyle Knopf will head to the free throw line. Should be shooting two here. They call the foul against Trey Finlayson. 7th-team foul against Roseburg. That puts Roseburg in the penalty. So Aloha, for the final minute and a half of this first half, will get free throws on fouls. At the line, Knopf misses. Got a second free throw coming. Second free throw does rattle through. Knopf gets one of two. 49-22. Oha, right side, hands it off to Friedenberg. Had it poked out of his hands, but goes right to Oha. Back out to the top. Finlayson, head fake. Wants to drive left side, picks it up. Gets it to Bentia for the left wing three, and that one falls through. Second for Bentia in the half. 52-22, back to a 30-point lead. Driving baseline, a little long for Augustus. Weak side rebound for Moya. Pass back out to Predmore, out at the top. Knopf a three, the rainbow shot will pour through the basket. 52-25, out to Bentia for another three. He answers on the other side. That almost went from a turnover and ends up with a three for Roseburg, and then a pass turned over by Aloha in the backcourt. So Roseburg will get it again with 39.5 seconds to play. Friedenberg gets it, drives through the middle, scoop shot, hangs on the iron and rolls off. Pulled down by Predmore. He'll push it up the floor, attacks right side, double clutch, his shot no good. Finlayson with the rebound. He'll push up the floor with the left-hand dribble. He's going to attack, draws contact, throws up a shot, no, but he'll get a blocking foul and head to the free throw line. That'll send Finlayson to the line. He's got 2 points, looking to add to it here. Foul call goes against Augustus, his second. Into the double bonus is Roseburg. Finlayson hits the first, rattles it through. Trey Finlayson, not a lot of free throw opportunities. Shooting 20% at the line. Looking to raise the average here if he can hit them both. Second one is good. 57-25. Down to 17 seconds. Augustus out at the top, handles the basketball. A lot of fancy dribbling. Goes nowhere, but passes away right side. Predmore with a wild three. That one off the mark. Rebound, Friedenberg. He'll push the tempo up the floor. Looks for an open man. Into the corner for Bentia. Three just off the front of the iron. Cleary down with the rebound. His putback no good. And we go to the halftime break. Roseburg at the break. 57-25, your lead over the Aloha Warriors. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half recap here tonight. Roseburg in front, big over Aloha here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back here at halftime where Roseburg's on top, we are going to make an adjustment. We did have some discrepancies, but we're going to go with the home book, which is the official book. 56-25 is what we'll say is our official score here at halftime. And let's see here. So 56-25, our score at the halftime break. So Roseburg in that second quarter, 29 points. So that is a really big first half here for Roseburg, 56. That's 3 points shy of what they scored in their last two games. So they are out and cooking here at the halftime break. Things started out pretty well for Roseburg here in the first half. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 three-pointers in the first half for Roseburg. They were able to jump out quickly, and they currently have it at a 31-point lead. That is their largest lead of the ball game here at halftime. So big start here for Roseburg in the first half. And we will take a look at individual scoring here in just a moment. But Roseburg led 27-10 at halftime, or at the end of the first half, and then pull ahead 56-25 at the halftime break. Let's go ahead and take another quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at your first half statistics in this one. So stay with us. We'll put all the numbers together, and we will have first half recap for you as Roseburg leads this one 56-25 over Aloha at halftime. Take the 2-minute break and back here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here at Aloha High School, where Roseburg leading big at halftime. 56-25 is our score at the break. We'll take a look at first half statistics, but let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Taking a look at how the first half has played out for Roseburg and for Aloha. Roseburg, the visiting team, so let's take a look at their stats from the first half first. Leading the way with 15 points is Hunter Fullerton. He's got 3 threes. 13 points for Owen Bentia. Not quite a season high yet. He hit 18 earlier in the year. He's got 3 3-pointers. 11 points for Micah Mendoza. Then you got 6 points for Boston Williams, 4 points for Trey Finlayson. 3 points for Jace Wilder. 3 points for Asher Friedenberg. And 1 point for Carter Stedman. On the other side for Aloha, leading scorer with 10 is Kobe Predmore. 9 points for Kyle Knopf. Then you had 2 points for Zarek Francisco. 2 points for Jenner Mitchum. And 2 points for Muhammad Moya. That is a look at your scoring from the first half of tonight's ball game. Roseburg, by my tally, I've got Micah Mendoza down for 5 rebounds in the first half. Of course, we will figure out our Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader in the postgame show. Colorcraft are the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County, so when it's time to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store, not a paint department. So check them out. That's Colorcraft when you need to get in the paint. When Roseburg's in the paint, they're looking for those rebounds, and right now it's Micah Mendoza leading the way. Also stay tuned for the postgame show where we'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. And we have got quite the barn burner here for Roseburg so far, getting ready for the second half, where Roseburg and Aloha will square off. Taking a look at the score from down at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, where the Roseburg girls are hosting Aloha here tonight. Let's see here. Roseburg leading Aloha in the third quarter, 36-27 in that one. Roseburg girls led by 10 at halftime, and they've been able to do pretty well. So we get just about ready to go. We are counting down. Aloha still hasn't come out of the locker room yet. Roseburg's been out for a while shooting around, so here come the Warriors getting ready to go for the second half. 31-point ball game as we get just about ready to go in the second half here. Tonight's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority, so visit Roseburg Honda where they treat you like family because they are family. So the Warriors make their way back out here. Not going to really get much of a chance to warm up for the second half. Roseburg JV winning 69-58. Freshman team lost 67-66 at the buzzer earlier today. Final non-league game for Roseburg here tonight, and also for Aloha. Both teams will start out league play coming up next week. So Roseburg will have their starting 5 out on the floor to begin the second half, and it sounds like the same starters coming out for Aloha in the second half. For Roseburg, you'll have Mendoza, Stedman, Wilder, Williams, and Fullerton. For Aloha, it'll be Augustus, Predmore, Mitchum, Knopf, and Francisco. Roseburg will have the basketball moving right to left on your radio dial in their road blacks. And Aloha in the home white starting out with their zone defense. Pass to the far side, into the middle. Wilder with it, pass back out, an open look at a 3 for Fullerton. He starts off just like he did in the first half. Hits a 3 ball to make it 59-25. 34-point lead. Deep 3 by Kyle Knopf to try and answer. No. Rebound down to Jace Wilder. Up to Williams, into the corner to Fullerton. He hooks a pass back out to the top. Left side of the key, a 3 by Wilder. No. Rebound underneath, tipped around into the hands of Boston Williams. Fullerton, no look pass to the corner. Left side 3 by Mendoza. No. Driving in Williams, a third look for Roseburg on the possession. No, as Boston had the offensive board. The rebound now tipped into the hands of Mendoza. He throws up a shot that rattles through. 61-25. Roseburg a 5-0 start to the second half. A deep 3 again by Knopf. Misses everything. Tried to save it back in bounds, but Jenner Mitchum could not. 61-25. With 6:49 to go here in the third quarter. There is a mercy rule now in basketball. A 30-point lead to start the fourth quarter would get a running clock. 3 by Mendoza off the mark. Rebound got tipped right into the face of Augustus, and he went down as he grabs at his face. Man, you know what that pain is. And then, unfortunately, smart basketball play by Carter Stedman. Unfortunately, it's on a guy that got hit in the face with the basketball and was on the ground. Stedman saw the ball going out, threw it off of Augustus's back, and out of bounds back to Roseburg. Touch pass into the corner for Fullerton. His 3 off the mark. Rebound down to the Warriors, but they throw it away on the outlet pass. Williams with the steal. Out at the top, straight away, backing his way in now, and with the left hand, the finish by Jace Wilder. Now, going to be a lot of big nights tonight for Roseburg as they're up to 63 points. Predmore with it out on the left side, a lot of dribbling. We'll get it to Francisco, who comes out to the top. Almost picked up the dribble, but he does put it back down. We'll pass it away left side. Predmore, head fake, drives right to the free throw line, pass back out. With the basketball, Mitchum to the right side, Knopf back out to Predmore at the top. Aloha will wear time off the clock here, 5:53 to go third quarter. Pass back to the left side. Coach Daniel Blanks calling out some encouragement from the bench. A 3 by Knopf, front iron, no. Rebound tipped and off of Aloha, out of bounds. Daniel Blanks in his first year coaching this Aloha team, trying to get these guys off and rolling. 1-9 though to start out the season has been a tough start for them. And we've got a blood timeout here. It is Augustus who, I mean, he's got a lot of blood on his face, so he's got to come out. The athletic trainer I see throwing on some gloves down there. So they will substitute in Mohamed Moya. The athletic trainer will probably come over to help fix that out there. Roseburg will get the ball out of that stoppage. 3 in the corner by Fullerton. That was just a bit short. Hit the armpit of the rim and the backboard. A 3 from just to the right of the top of the arc, off the mark for Knopf. Rebound comes down to Wilder. He'll push it up the floor. Boston Williams got both defenders in the air. Got his own rebound, though, as he got too far underneath the basket. Second look, no good, but the rebound tipped back to Boston, and Roseburg will have another try. A 3 from the right side, Boston off the mark, this time pulled down by Francisco. They're going to get Augustus back into the game as he has figured out the blood issue. Predmore behind the back dribble, works right side, got through the defense, but he's just off the mark with the right-handed lay-in. Wilder to the rebound, up the floor to Mendoza, who gets the wraparound. Micah Mendoza with the finish. He gets another 2. Make it 65-25, 40-point ball game, and a turnover by Aloha. They call a player control foul on Predmore. He'll pick up his 3rd foul. It'll be Augustus back into the game for Aloha. To the bench goes Jenner Mitchum. Stedman brings the ball across the timeline. Nearing the midway point of this third quarter, I imagine we might get a wholesale change coming for Roseburg here soon. Or they let the starters play the third quarter and then maybe go to that second unit for the fourth quarter. We'll see. Pass left side, Boston Williams at the wing. Harassed by Predmore, who will draw his 4th foul. Gets called for the hand check. Coach Humphreys down in the squat. Assistant coach Robert Johnson, the judge, out there barking out from the bench as well. Heading to the bench will go Predmore with his 4 fouls. Colton Calkins will check into the game. On the right side, Stedman drives to the lane, bounces one through the middle. Into the corner, Williams, pass short to Wilder, back to the far side, Stedman with it. To the top, back left side, an open look at a 3 for Williams, rolls it in. Boston Williams gets his second 3 of the night, 68-25. Hook a pass back to Francisco, has to save it back in, gets it to Calkins. He wants to drive baseline and a timeout taken. by Aloha. It is a 43-point lead for Roseburg here in the third quarter. 3:38 to play. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here as we let you know tonight's game is brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Coming up next week on Tuesday, Roseburg will be on the road at South Medford. This is the third game this week for Roseburg. They were at home on Monday against Ashland, on the road Tuesday against Thurston in Springfield, and then on the road here on this Friday night in Beaverton at Aloha High School. Keep an eye on that girls game. Girls looking to get a win before they begin conference play. Inbound to Francisco out of the timeout by Aloha. Pass tipped by Williams. He dives for another one. That ball tipped into the backcourt and out of bounds. It'll stay with Aloha. No. They say it's going to go to Roseburg. No, they'll flip the call. It will go back to Aloha. Going to say, as much as I want to see Roseburg's success, I was going to be a little bit dumbfounded by that one. Out at the top, crossover to the right hand for Augustus, pass it away. Aloha trying to work through their offense. Pass right side, Augustus, drives to the free throw line, tries to split two defenders. A scoop shot, no, but the foul. .312 to go here in the third quarter. Heading to the free throw line will be Andon Augustus, looking for his first points of the night. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Lefty clanks one off the left side of the iron on his first attempt.
Into the game for the Warriors, number 3.
Just 4 free throw attempts so far for Aloha. This will be their 5th coming up. They are 1 for 4 so far. Second free throw for the lefty. Will fall through. Bounces a couple of times and drops through. 68-26. Roseburg up the floor quickly in transition. Wilder missed it, but Williams down with the rebound. Roseburg gets it into the corner. Double team on Fullerton into the middle to Stedman. He puts up a shot. No. Fight for the rebound. Mendoza can't rip it away from Knopf. Knopf comes down with it for Aloha. They push it up the floor. Tipped out of bounds by Fullerton on the sideline. Couple of looks for Roseburg there and a couple from right underneath. Couldn't get him to go through. Not easy shots, but they were shots that right at the basket. Augustus working against Stedman. They come out to trap. He will dribble away from pressure. Tried to make the extra pass to the open man, but it's seen by Mendoza with the steal. Up the floor to Fullerton, and Hunter will lay it in for another 2. Takes Roseburg to 70 points. 70-26. Augustus into the front court. With it on the near side, Calkins backing out towards the midcourt stripe. And through the hands of Moya and out of bounds. Turnover by the Warriors. Aloha giving up an average of 68 points a game. Roseburg already at 70 with 2:17 to go in the third. Shooting a 3 from the right side, Fullerton well short. Rebound easily down to Calkins. Up the floor, 1-on-2, splitting the defense and laying it in. And in Augustus for 2. His first field goal of the night. 70-28, 2:02 to play. Pass away, left side. Williams a 3 is off the mark. Augustus with the rebound. Predmore brings it up the left side. A couple of between-the-leg dribbles. Turns it over as it's poked away by Wilder. Up the floor to Mendoza, who will touch it off the glass for 2. 72-28. Largest lead, 44. That's where we're at right now. A minute and a half to go here in the third. Right side, Predmore into the corner. Knopf had his pass tipped right back to him. Trapped, and he will try to throw it off of Wilder, but a timeout called by Aloha first. Roseburg looking to make wholesale changes on the players on the floor. When we come back out of this timeout, let's burn a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
A minute 25 to go in the third quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call them at 541-378-6694. Roseburg will change things out. Oha, Cleary, Finlayson, Vredenberg, and Bentia will check into the game for the Tribe. Predmore, Augustus, Calkins, Knopf, and Francisco on the floor for Aloha. Toss out to the top, almost into the backcourt. Predmore tiptoeing to stay in the front court and avoid catching in the front court, carrying into the backcourt for an over and back. Augustus gets it to Knopf. He launches a quick three. No. Oha skying for the rebound, pulls it in. But then the ball knocked away. That might have been a travel. Doesn't get called. Augustus will lay it in on the takeaway by Aloha. 72-30. Vredenberg hands it off. Driving with the left hand. Oha, scoop shot. No, but foul. Then going to the line will be Mark Oha for 2 free throws. They call that one against Francisco. His third. At the line will go Oha. Looking for his first points tonight. He is a 71% shooter and misses the front end. Second free throw. That hung up there quite a while, but it didn't want to fall. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It will go to Aloha. So an empty trip to the line for Oha. Bringing the ball up is Augustus. Dribbles through the center circle. Pass right side. Off the mark. Finlayson down with the rebound. Taken away by Predmore. He'll lay it in with the right hand. 30 seconds left to go. Pass up the floor. 22 seconds. Left side. Vredenberg hands it off to Bentia. Spin move. Pass into the corner. A three by Oha. Buries that one. And Mark Oha will have his first points of the night as he makes it a 45-point ball game. 75-30. Final seconds here in this third quarter. Predmore hits his first three. And at the buzzer, Mark Oha unable to get one to fall. Into the third quarter, it is Roseburg 75 and Aloha 35. A 40-point lead, and we will have a running clock as we begin the fourth quarter here coming up. We'll keep it right here in between periods. Score update from Roseburg High School. RHS wins against the Aloha girls 45-34. So big win there for the Roseburg girls. Much needed for them to get back on track and carry a little bit of momentum into conference play coming up next week at home against South Medford. That will definitely not be an easy test. South Medford, of course, one of the powerhouses in the Southwest Conference. Roseburg leading this one 75-35. And as we get a running clock, the clock will not stop for a whole lot. I think it stops for free throws, timeouts, and maybe player injuries, but that might be about it. Haven't really had that happen too often. It'll be Aloha basketball to start the fourth quarter. Pass, found the baseline cutter. That's Augustus. He'll hit the baseline jumper. And he'll get a chance to go to the free throw line. Augustus was 1 of 2 at the line the last time. And he will head back there again. And he cannot make the and one, but the rebound enough. He puts up a shot, no. Rebound tipped out. Friedenberg goes into the stands. Could not get it. The ball will stay with Aloha down on this end of the floor to our right. Clock continues to run with the ball out of bounds. Mitchum has to toss it in. The ball handler is Predmore, dribbling out near midcourt. Double team come down to the ground when Oha. Predmore able to get the pass away into the corner. A 3 by Knopf. Yes! He's got a soft touch on his three-point shot. Gets that one to rainbow through. 75-40. Down under 7 minutes to go. Bentia out to the top to Oha. Dribbles right, head fake back to his left, into the corner. Cleary a 3. That's long. Rebound came down, but ripped away by Friedenberg. He'll go up, gets the bucket, and a foul. Friedenberg puts it through. And he will head to the free throw line. He had an and one in the first quarter, looking to add to his point totals here. Friedenberg is at 5 points, looking for number 6. His season high is 9. He will get it. Well, he will get the and one there. 6 points total. Foul went against Meacham. Ball tipped out of bounds, stays with Aloha right here in front of us. Clock continues to run, down to 6 minutes to go. Inbound into the backcourt to Augustus. Hollers out the play call. Marked by Friedenberg. He'll stay with him, but gets whistled for the bump. That foul will be just the second against Roseburg here in the second half. That'll be the second against Friedenberg. Looking for a towel to wipe up some sweat on the sideline, it looks like. 5:42 to go in the ball game. Roseburg looking to go 2 for 3 here at Aloha with wins in the JV game and the varsity game. Had a narrow loss in the freshman game to start out the day. Mitchum looking for somewhere to go with it. We'll toss it to Augustus in the backcourt. Dribble it across with the left hand. Pass it near side, nearly thrown away, but Knopf is there to back it up. Gets it, step back on the 3. Rattles out. Cleary down with the rebound. Oha gets it across, weaving through traffic, goes to the right side, pass it away. Bentia, right corner 3 is short. Underneath, Friedenberg pulls in the rebound. He'll toss it out to the top. Bentia to Cleary for the left side 3. That one is right on. Keegan Cleary with his first 3 and his first points of the night. Roseburg at 81, a new season high for the Tribe. Knopf with it left side. Drives baseline, had it knocked out of his hands, but draws a foul. Roseburg with 81, a new season high. And down on the ground is Knopf. He is maybe cramping a little bit here as they work on his left leg. Coach Daniel Blanks is kind of holding his calf area on the left leg. He seems to be in a bit of pain. That looks like it might be a little bit more than just cramping. We'll see. Hopefully okay for that young man. Kyle Knopf, a senior. One of their better scorers on this team. Had 9 points entering the fourth quarter, up to 12 with his 3 earlier in this period. We've got an injury timeout. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We don't need to play. .452 to go here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg leading this one 81-40. Knopf is sitting up. Kyle Knopf sitting up. Will get a hand up. Limps just a bit. But it looks like I think he'll be all right to be able to stay in this game, it looks like. He's kind of limping around, walking a little stiff with that left leg. We'll see if he stays in. I don't know. The way he's walking, I wouldn't necessarily want him running up and down the floor, but we'll see. So they're going to actually send him to the bench. I'm wondering if it's because of he needed help. They had to stop the game because of it. I think they might have made him come out. I'm not in football. They got to stop the game for you, then they will make you come out of the game. I'm not sure if it's the same thing with basketball. Coming into the game will be Kainoa Kiefner to shoot the free throws here. And he will miss on the front end. Kiefner, a sophomore. His first action of the night. Second free throw, he gets it. So Kiefner will get 1 out of 2 at the line, stays in the game. 40-point ball game, 81-41. Driving in, Oha gets called for a travel. Trying to Euro step around the defenders, gets called for the travel.
Hey, Bruno. Let's go,
Couple of passes in the backcourt, gets it to Augustus. Down near 4.5 to go. Augustus nearly had it taken away by Vredenberg. He does come up with a steal on the ground. Everybody's scrambling for it, and they will whistle a travel against Vredenberg as he tried to collect the basketball, get up, and pass it away. Kind of got to his knees, and they whistle for the travel. Coming in will be Sakari Jones for Aloha. Checks in for Andon Augustus. So they did call the travel. Folks getting boisterous here. It is Aloha basketball. They initially were trying to give it to Roseburg. They get it corrected. Predmore brings it into the front court. We're going to get some of the mainly JV swing guys into the game, it looks like here. Rebound tipped up. Sakari Jones saves it back in. Out to Predmore for a 3. Off the mark. Rebound tipped around. It goes to Oha. He'll push it up the floor. Finds Cleary. Back to Vredenberg on the touch pass. He gets it to drop through for 2. 83-41. Vredenberg with the steal. As he was going out of bounds, he saved it back in, and a foul called against Predmore. We're going to get Julian Lopez and Vincent Ash going to get a chance to check into the ball game.
Enter the game for the Indians, number 11, Vincent Ash. And number 4, Julian Lopez.
The Lopez and Ash will check in. Back in comes Augustus, and Moya will check in for Aloha. They will check out. Coming out of the game will be Kainoa Kiefner. 2:25 to play in the contest. Lopez gets it to Vredenberg, down to Cleary in the left blocks, working against Augustus. His shot got tipped. Come down to it is Aloha, up the floor to Moya, and he lost a handle with the basketball. It's taken away by Roseburg. Cleary's pass up the floor, saved back in by Finlayson as it had gotten tipped away. Lopez for the 3. He didn't hesitate, and it goes right through. Cuts through the nylon, 86-41. Roseburg, a new season high here. They've passed that mark a while ago. They now set a new season high for most points scored against Aloha. Tipped out of bounds. Keegan Cleary with the defense against Augustus. 138 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 45-point ball game. Out at the top, Augustus dribbles to his left. Gonna have to attack here. He does. Pass into the corner. Hook a pass back out to the top. Moya, he finds Mitchum into the corner. Now Augustus with the three. The lefty just off the mark. Finlayson gets in there for the rebound and draws a whistle. There were players all over Trey Finlayson as he came down with that one. 50 seconds to go. 55 and counting. Corner three from the left side for Cleary. Too long. Rebound down to Vredenberg. Back out to the top. Left side, Cleary into the corner. Finlayson wanted to drive. Gets cut off. Back out to Lopez. Three by Vredenberg off the left iron. Cleary down with the rebound as he skied in for that one. Out to the top, Vincent Ash, head fake, drives in. He goes with the floater. It's short. Down with the rebound, though. We got it his own, but he gets it taken away on the ground with it. Is Calkins. So Calkins will get the rebound there. 20 seconds to go here in this one. Roseburg will have at least an enjoyable bus ride home with a win at the varsity level. 10 seconds to go. Vredenberg will back out as it looks like Augustus will wear off the clock here tonight, and this one's about to go final. Roseburg's going to get their 7th consecutive win at the buzzer. 86-41 is your final score. Roseburg gets the win and will improve to 10-2 on the season. We'll come back with the post-game show here in just a couple of minutes on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Final score here tonight as Roseburg will improve to 10-2 on the season and stretch their winning streak to 7 games as they get ready to head into Southwest Conference play. 86-41, the final tally in this one. Aloha falls to 1-10 on the season, drops their 4th straight. Joey Keyran here with you. Want to say thanks to everybody for helping out with the broadcast here tonight. Got a lot of help from the freshman squad again here this evening. Always appreciate when they chime in or when they help out with the video stream and help get the broadcast on the air. And looking at this one, Roseburg took control early and able to just keep pushing the lead. It got our final score a 45-point victory. I've got Roseburg down 45 points, the largest lead in this game. I might have lost track of the largest lead in the game a little bit there in the second half as we got to the running clock, and Roseburg had a massive lead against Aloha. Biggest win of the season for Roseburg point-wise, winning by 45 here tonight. Roseburg in the ballgame also hitting well from behind the arc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 made three-pointers here in the ballgame this evening. A nice night for Roseburg offensively. They did a good job defensively as well, did not allow Aloha to be able to do a whole lot, pressured them in the backcourt, forcing a lot of turnovers there. So taking a look at the scoring and some of the stats here from tonight's ball game, as we had a good night here tonight for Roseburg. We'll start off with the visiting team, the Roseburg Indians. 86 points tonight, led by Hunter Fullerton with 20, made 4 threes in this one. Behind him, 17 points for Micah Mendoza. Also in double figures, Owen Bentia with 13. Then you had, 9 points for Boston Williams. Asher Friedenberg off the bench for 8. You had Mark Oha with 3. Julian Lopez with 3. Chase Wilder with 5. Trey Finlayson with 4. 3 points for Keegan Cleary. And 1 point for Carter Stedman here tonight. Everybody gets into the ball game. Julian Lopez and Vincent Ash, a couple of swing players from the JV, getting in on the action here tonight as well. So that's always good when those guys are able to get in the game. That means, well, hopefully things are usually going pretty well, or they're probably going really bad. But tonight things were going really well for Roseburg with the JV swing guys getting a chance to play. On the other side, for Aloha, in double figures, Kobe Predmore with 13 and Kyle Knopf with 12. 7 points for Aiden Augustus, 2 points for Mohamed Moya, 2 points for Jenner Mitchum, 1 point for Kainoa Kiefner, and 2 points for Zarek Francisco. You're scoring tonight for the Warriors. Now that is a look at how things played out here tonight, and it is time now for our post-game awards, as Roseburg picks up their 10th win of the season. I've been looking through it here, trying to figure some things out on who I feel like is deserving here tonight. And, obviously a good night pretty much all around for Roseburg. A lot of guys getting in and getting something done. Let's see here. Well, the starters did a lot of damage in this one. The second string guys get in as well. The second unit, not really like second string. They're just a second unit, really. Roseburg's got a good group of guys that they feel they go pretty deep with there. Tonight, I'm just going to go off the books here a little bit just because I want to make sure we spread around some of the love on this one. Trey Finlayson is going to be my Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game tonight. Came in and set a season high with 4 points off the bench. Did some hard work defensively. Did some nice jobs on the boards. And all-around solid game in that second unit. Able to come out there and play some good basketball. The second unit with Asher Friedenberg had a real nice night off the bench as well. So did Owen Bentia. Bentia falls a little bit shy of his season high at 18 points. But I'm just going to go a little wild here and spread out the love a little bit with a season high tonight. Trey Finlayson, he'll be our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. He'll be receiving a Mountain Mike's Pizza gift certificate. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. You can stop by and fill up after home games and come by to watch the live stream during the away games as well. And also, we've got your Colorcraft in the Paint rebound leader here tonight. That award is going to go to Asher Friedenberg. I've got him down for 7 rebounds tonight. He'll be your rebound leader here this evening, receiving a $10 gift certificate to Java Run, thanks to Colorcraft. They're a paint store, not a paint department. All right, so Roseburg will get ready to take on South Medford on Tuesday next week. Start of Southwest Conference play. For Aloha, they'll take on Southridge to begin Metro League play on Wednesday next week. As we wrap things up here tonight, I want to say thanks to Aloha for hosting us here this evening. Thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball team for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio with the radio production here tonight. Thanks to the freshman guys for helping out here this evening as well. Congratulations to the Roseburg girls picking up a 45-34 victory on top of Aloha tonight there at home. Always great to hear that they win back there at home when we're on the road, getting updates on those games there. So congratulations to Chad Smith and the Roseburg girls. I want to say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. We got on a little bit later, so thanks for hanging with us there. Without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll catch up with you all next Tuesday when Roseburg makes the trek down to South Medford to take on the Panthers to begin Southwest Conference play. We'll have it for you with pregame starting at 6:30, tip-off at 6:45. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com or right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.